Has this full moon in Gemini got you all fired up? If so, stay tuned because I'm going to share with you 3 things that can help add fuel to your flame. Let's go! Hi everyone. My name is Dr. Harmony. I'm a twin flame expert helping twin flames around the globe face fears, find freedom, and glow forward on fire. Welcome to my weekly glow show. If you're new to my channel, I want to welcome you and make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification button. And if you're returning, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for the journey of following me within my own twin flame journey and being here to give me a reason to show up. And I'm so excited about this energy update that I want to give you for the full moon in Gemini here on the 12/12 portal. So I'm so excited to share with you what I have in store for this particular video. But before I do, I also want to ask you, I need to take a poll because you'll understand at the end of this video, I'll go through a little bit of information about some things that this moon has put into effect for me. So you can use that as your own reflection of some things you need to take action on. But I want to take a little bit of a poll because I show up here in commitment to you, and I want to find out what you want going forward as well with some changes that I'm going to be making, and I'm so excited about, and I can't wait to share with you more detail of that. So stay tuned, and I'll share a little bit at the end of this video. But, you know, as we close out this year, we close out this decade, the universe just never ceases to amaze me at how beautifully constructed this energy is that we are aligning with from the heavens into the earth and from the astrology into our daily reality. So not only do we have this full moon in Gemini of 12/12, the 12/12 is also the portal. And what that portal means is it's the doorway to the new beginning. It means that we're going into this portal of energy between the 12/12 opening of the portal into the 12/21. And that 12/21 started on 2012 whenever it was the ascension period started. And we're coming also to bring that 7-year cycle to a closure that twin flames also facilitated, that if we looked at this biblically, it is the tribulation period of the 7 years of basically tribulation. And we're bringing that to a closure. And that's the gateway basically from hell to heaven. And we are been going through this cycle of the death of ourself and going through the purge of the past and purifying our soul in such a way that we're releasing things in our body, our mind, our soul, and our heart, and then integrating that energy in such a way that we are upgrading and activating to connecting to the higher self, the more evolved self, and the highest good of our higher soul. And basically, this tribulation period that's ending is allowing us to shift from those shadows into the light so that we can connect to all that is and enter the vortex of our higher self and align with our destiny. So this portal and this full moon on 12/12 at 12:12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so technically 12:11 or 12:12 depending upon where you live. But I'm focusing more on the 12/12 aspect because also even I got to tell you, 12/12 means so much to me. I moved 5 years ago on 12/12. I moved from the house I lived in for 17 years, ended a relationship, and there's a lot about that story in my book, Twin Flame Codebreaker. But in addition to that, my book came out on 12/12 of 2016. So this is just coming through as well to tell you there's going to be a link I'm going to put below. You're going to be able to get, if you have not got plugged into my book, on December 11th through December 12th at midnight of the 12th Pacific Standard Time, you can get a copy of my ebook for free through the Amazon link that I will list below. So if you've not got plugged into my book, let me tell you, it's a perfect time to take advantage of this and to use this in addition with the 3 things that I want to teach you and share with you that you can focus on to use this energy to your benefit of this full moon in Gemini. That, let's talk about that for a minute, what that means. That is the social butterfly. That is the communicator. Lots of throat chakras being activated right now because it represents trying to come into full expression and not just know these things and express ourselves from a place of maybe even actions or things that we've been able to love and even our creativity and even our passion and our purpose, but where we're literally verbalizing this communication in full expression, which is tapping into this more sensual, intimate side of ourselves. And, that's where also Gemini is the twin flame, basically sign of the twins. And so this is also the doorway to the future that twin flames had facilitated to open this doorway to the gateway of heaven that we are now entering in 2020. So dependent upon where you are personally within your own development, personal development, your spiritual alignment will be dependent upon how this moon and this portal affects you. So if you've been doing a lot of inner work, you're probably going to be taking a lot of action now to pull that out into your reality, because the sun is also here in the Sagittarius time, and that is an explorer, an adventurer, and that is also saying freedom, lots of coming out into this full expression that I'm talking about. And then we're going to bring that right into the first of the new year, into entering the sun into Capricorn, which is about anchoring it, bringing it into form. So now I kind of want to backtrack here for a second. Dependent upon the work you've done, as I said, you will either be going kind of inward to be connecting to this wisdom that still inside of you, that maybe you need to awaken, that you need to tap into, that you need to integrate, that you maybe need to be setting up like a checklist. I've had clients do this, where my patient background of having patients, had clients to where they were doing checklist of what still needs cleaned up and what they want going forward. So in this full circle, this full cycle, as we're closing out, this is also where the end and the beginning meet. Meaning it's the alpha, the omega, is the full circle. It's coming into full alignment with your contrast, your duality, your shadows, your light, bringing these circles and cycles full circle. So when I talk about, a lot of times, you've probably heard me, if you follow me before, talk about the seasons of self. And the seasons of self is where we go in through the rebirth aspect of, say, we're going into this winter period, also on solstice, that's going to take us within in order to come out in the spring, a new version of ourselves. So this is kind of like on the bigger scale, what we've done universally and in this tribulation time. We've went in order to purify and cleanse our soul, to identify with more of who we are, to awaken to that, so we can come out and express who we are as we go forward into 2020 and beyond. And that this is the biggest energy portal since 2012 that is amplifying your work that you're doing. So it's so important that you're not on the fence here, that you are dotting I's, crossing T's, and that's why I'm seeing these rapid awakenings. I'm also seeing where people are having abrupt closures with people, or even if you've had things that you've been working on with people, and old ways no longer work, meaning that you've sort of separated those ways, created role reversals, and coming back into the harmony of reconnecting in a new way. And this is also for the twins. The twins being the facilitators of all this also connects to this tribulation period through the 3 waves of twins that I will mention more about in a video. I'll make a link because I have a video on the 3 waves of twins, actually a series, so make sure to connect to that. And then in addition to that, then the 1221 portal through this tribulation time is an entry of new relationships, redefining twin flame concept itself, which I've got a whole redefining the twin flames concept or idea or ascension process that I've started. There will be more coming on that topic, because as we go forward, when it comes to reconnecting with your twin, excuse me, throat chakra's clearing there. It's about recognizing that these reunions with your twin flame won't be the same person you're going to reconnect with if it's your time to reconnect. And that's where I'll probably talk a little bit more about this in upcoming redefining videos. I won't bring it up here, but it depends on your contract. It depends on your personal work you've done and the choices and the free will that you and your dynamic has made between you and your twin flame. As if you will reunite, but this energy has amplified the reunion process for all twin flames. Some twin flames are doing it without even having these awakenings, but twin flames are also in this twin energy, as I mentioned, they're the dawning of the new age. And so regardless of what it is you chose, you actually will be given this opportunity to have the twin flame love, because the twin flame love starts inside of you. And that's where, I was saying in this energy, you'll either be going in to, and this is going to be number one thing I'm going to tell you that's happening. You're going to be going in order to activate your inner fire. And that means focusing on your inner twin and connecting to your inner twin, because until you have that union in yourself, you can't have it with anyone, much less your twin flame. And then on the flip side of that, you will either, if you're not going inward based on the work you've been doing or what you need to do, you're going to be coming out like the social butterfly. You're going to be taking action. You're going to be dreaming. You're going to be bringing all your desires into form. You're going to be delivering and connecting to the, say you've done the inner work, now you're bringing it out. So this is bringing both sides of that spectrum, the end and the beginning. And it can be the end and the beginning within you too. It doesn't have to necessarily be one or the other. And I got to tell you, that's one thing I'm really seeing in this timeline and energy is the split in what do I desire, because basically I feel this and I feel this, and I feel like in the past it's been one or the other and I have to make a choice. And personally, I've had a big kind of an offense with that and realized it's not or, it's and. That I can have both, and I am to have both. And the minute I had that epiphany, it opened the portal to what it was I was restricting from coming into my reality that relates to expanding my services to help people heal in a much greater, deeper way that you'll hear more about in the future. So let's talk about number one now. So a little bit deeper. So I said it's to activate your inner flame. So that means you need to potentially focus on what it is you want. Like your inner flame is your passion, your desires. This energy that's coming through is going to give you this huge burst and energy in a positive way. Because in the past, these flames were purification, taking you to the past, digging up stuff, releasing karma, like doing all these things. Now it's activating you in such a way that's amplifying all that you've done, and you're to be thinking big during this time. So connect to your inner fire in a way that you imagine, and you intentionally set the desire and the intention, I guess I should say, to activate that flame, those things inside of you of maybe you wanted to step into your purpose. Maybe you wanted to do more with what you came here to do, but you've been on the fence on how to get it done. And it's not how you do it. I always tell people, you don't get your crap together and then do it. You get your crap together doing it. and this is the time to do that. So just right here, I'll just explain a couple things that I'm going to share a little bit more detail, but I've had all of this new concepts of branding and ideas for my channel and ways to show up for you and how to support you. And I've been committed to like this once a week thing for like quite a while now, and I keep being pulled to do more for you. And I'm looking at the bigger picture of what I have going with everything else, and a couple more books trying to come in, my new programs I'm delivering. And right now my newest one is the Reprogram Your Childhood Wounds, which make sure to check out below. And I've decided to continue for this portal, as big as it is, the special from the $197 to $37. Sometime after the first of the year, for sure, this is going to go up, and I know that to be a fact. So if you are still needing to, maybe you're still stuck in these patterns, and this energy would be a perfect time to plug into that program to make the decision to go in and shift these things, to dot your I's, cross your T's, to let go of what the lessons are you chose in this life and why you chose your parents, and to like basically balance your karma from both sides of the full circle so you can bring it full circle. And just in the creation of it, I still have 2 more modules to create, which I already see unfolding, and I'm already working personally on it. But I've reworked the program, going through developing the program, and it is, again, another thing that for myself has taken me up to the next layer, the next level, the next expanded version. And it's what's making me show up here to tell you that I'm going to be more committed, and I want to think bigger. I don't want to think about that like the old pattern would be, well, I've got all these other things to do. How am I going to fit that in? How will I be able to do more and give more in that way when I already have all of these other things going on? And so all I know is doubting it or questioning it is an old pattern. Everything has sped up. The universe is supporting us, and we're being asked to get really super crisp, clear, communicate more effectively, which if you go back to my old videos, you're going to see a huge difference in me and my own transformation down to the physical aspects of that. And I'm going to move forward now. I'm going to maybe bring up a couple more things about that, because there's been some powerful things that I want to share with you that I've learned in the process of my own transformation that, I don't know if it fits here. If it does, it'll come in. If not, I'll bring it back through when it's time and ready. But the second thing you can use this energy for is to access information inside of you. By taking you inward, as the flame is awakening and the desires are coming, and you're imagining and you're thinking bigger by activating that fire. And then now it's unlocking the higher self, the higher wisdom, so you can access that information as you go inward in that and discover your truth, discover the true you, discover that an old cycle's ending of who you are, and you're rebirthing and recreating and reinventing the new version of you. Therefore, everything in and around you might be different. And, so you will be finding the closures with the new beginnings coming at the same time, which is actually a piece of what I was just sharing is happening to me. So I will share just briefly. We're doing this purge on a mind, body, spirit, and also heart level, as far as this clearing, to let go of the old stuff and the old patterns, let down the walls, to let go of the limitations, to reboot and recalibrate your vibration, to raise it up, to tap into this higher version of you from an elevated ability to connect to higher vibrational things in and around you. And in doing that, personally, I've done, like the work within the soul and the energy and the spirit, and clearing the karma, raising the vibration, changing the limitations and shifting the mindset, and reprogramming the childhood wounds. That's a piece that you have to plug into it, because it was this life's lessons that, done this work. And so now I'm down to this physical state, the physical body. The body is transforming in such a way that all the old diseases, all the old pain, all the old stuff that has been held on to, the energy taken on for others, including me realizing recently I'd taken on even a past life clearing for my own twin that's set me through this painful cycle of 2.5 years, that when I asked to clear it, it was taking me through another layer of like letting go and separating from some things I had taken on. And the minute I even had that awareness, like all this stuff melted out of me. I've been going through regimens and treatments and energy healing and physical massage and chiropractic adjustments and nutritional changes, that down to even from the old injury of the car accident, that's how I became a chiropractor. I'm actually leaving from this video to go get injections into my neck with plasma in order to rebuild the cartilage and the ligaments around it to give me more support, to hold my head up better, to, I've been on, and I'm getting braces because through this shift of this 2.5-year process, it has shifted my teeth and my jawline into like honestly, it's shifted into the same shape as my twin. And so I'm getting these braces to adjust all of this at the same time. They're going to be clear, but I've already got fitted for them, and that's coming. So these are the things I am working on within, or my physical being, to know that going through this portal of energy in this new way, I'm bringing in the new version of me, and all of that's happening at the same time. I'm still closing out some level. So closures and beginnings are basically happening at the same time. So as you're going inward and you are accessing that information, that wisdom deep within your soul, but yet within your higher self and your higher soul that you have been connecting and integrating with over the last several years, I've been telling you for a long time, it's about what do I want? It's you are becoming the universe within, and you're becoming you are the collective portion of God as we all bring God into form. So it's not about any longer saying, let me wait and see what the universe delivers for me. Let me wait for the right sign. Let me basically, what that's doing is it's giving away your power on some level, rather than you realizing you're the co-creator, you're the alchemist of what you want, and it's coming down to you've done the work through this process. Now, what is it you want? Because the universe wants to give that to you. And so you have to be super clear on what you want. Because here's what's happening in the vortex when you enter this vortex of alignment with God. So that's where I was going with that. You are aligning with you in that aspect, which puts you in alignment with source energy, which puts you in alignment with your destiny, and puts you in alignment with God. And when you're in that space, everything will show up. And until you get super clear on what's of your highest order, your highest timeline, and your highest good, and you hold space for that, you will continue to bring things towards you, but you will be slowing down your highest good. Now, again, there's free will. And that's why, I want to make very clear that going forward, as we leave this tribulation period, it's not that people aren't going to awaken. It's not that twins aren't going to come into union. It's not that we're not going to still be able to enter the gate of heaven, but we won't have this root of this catapult, of this blast off into the stratosphere that the universe is supporting us in, for having accomplished the mission we set out as twin flames, star seeds, and light workers to achieve by going through this apex of tipping the scale from the old ways into the new paradigm and the new beginning. So in you accessing, or say, accessing the information within you, what that also really means is you need to be focusing on the union of yourself. Think of it as a marriage of yourself. Think of it when it comes to you are the twin and your twin is in you, and you're aligning within your own masculine and your feminine, as well as your vibration and theirs coming into the harmony. You need to come to a place of choosing yourself. And until you choose you will then be pulling out of alignment with what it is you're to do, which will then pull you out of alignment with your twin, because your twin can only meet you in the presence of the full circle, the full cycle, the alignment of God. And so I challenge you in this portal to choose you. Make the commitment. Do a ceremony with yourself, like a marriage ceremony. I'm going to put a link in here somewhere in regards to Free to Be Me challenge that I did and about I'm Coming Out challenge, because I actually did that whenever I wrote about the Swan Goddess ring. And that's a signature ring that I now had duplicated and have for my clients and different things like that. I created an oath that's a I'm Free to Be Me oath. So I just feel guided to share this with you. So think of this as your oath going forward in this new timeline. So let's just do this. Raise your right hand, okay? Take the oath with me right now, live, going forward in this new way, this new energy. This is what your decree is, okay? I choose to come out because I am the majestic swan goddess, okay? Or God, basically. Therefore, I speak up, I stand up, and I stand out. I am empowered. I give myself permission to be me. I express my authentic self and embody the expanded emotional range of my being. Okay, so if you're not catching up, hear me out and then rewind it and do it with me as I say it. Okay, so I have come into alignment with my highest truth. So in doing so, I allow my light to shine, and I commit to letting go and letting my light shine for others to follow. I portray the image of ease and grace, and I exemplify wonder in motion. I have my head high, and I stand tall in confidence that helps me glow forward with steadfast inner peace and purity. I am a courageous, mystique being, experiencing harmonic balance of my inner masculine and inner feminine energies. I am in perfect alignment, and that generates supreme joy and spiritual enlightenment as I live moment to moment in the all that I am presence. And there's the swan goddess that was painted for me by a client in Wales. So thank you if you happen to watch this. So basically then, as we move forward to number 3 is achieving your destiny. And so I just want to clarify the 3 again. So we're talking about activating your inner flame, accessing the information of basically your higher self, your higher soul, your destiny. Achieving your destiny is the 3rd one. And what that means is we're bringing it out of heaven into earth, into your reality. And in this energy now, it's helping you to recognize the direction and take immediate action. This energy is pulling it out of you. Everybody's like, immediate. I can't tell you how many clients have contacted me. They need to get in, and they've even saw my schedule, didn't have anything for a while, and asked if I had some openings, which I actually had some things that were little slots that I was able to put them in. But to recognize the direction that you're going, to not just know, but getting off this fence, all moving forward. I'm not looking back, and if you have, say, been going inward to take this action and to bring this out and to take this immediate action in this timeline of this portal, you may need to socialize more. You might meet new people. You might meet more spiritual people. You might connect with somebody that might be a future power partner. And start to look at the action that you take is taking it potentially, into the polar opposite. So, and again, I mentioned this, when you're on the fence of choosing one or the other, remember, if you're really split, it might be both. It may not be that you're to choose one or the other. So taking this immediate action with clarity and direction is going to help you basically manifest this into your reality, which is what we came here to do. So I feel like I'm going to feel like that's complete. I know that one was shorter, but I feel like that to achieve the destiny, what the point is you got to recognize your direction and take immediate action. And so I invite you to take some immediate action based on that and check out all the ways you can glow forward with me. I have lots of free Accelerate Your Ascension resources below. I have the book that you can get. I have the Reprogram Your Childhood Wounds. That's going to be very powerful if you're still feeling stuck and not moving forward. The programs are still running, so maybe you've done all the work, but your subconscious memory, your body, may be operating in such a way that those old programs are still running. And, a lot of dreams are taking place now to end cycles and closures with people that have been in your life before, and maybe even past life stuff, depending upon where you are. If you're needing to clear past life, you're in this rapid awakening, having lots of dreams of past life clearing. You're connecting to past lives that are bringing in your power in order to align with what your purpose and your mission is right now. And that would be one of the things I want to say about this taking action and achieving your destiny is if you've been on this fence and you've been sitting and waiting for your twin or anything or anyone to implement your mission and to align with your purpose, then you are really holding up this process. And it's time to move forward and shift forward. Okay? So, now, I would said that I had this announcement I want to make. I kind of talked about it a little bit, but I just want to recap that. So in all of what I just told you, what I guess has been kind of happening to me is even all this week, I keep waking up with floods in the middle of the night, like 2, 3 a.m., flooding of I's dotting, T's crossing, and basically implementing crisply into a format of how I want all my new branding to go forward, how I need to clean up some different funnels and projects and programs and get them all a little bit more streamlined and more precise, more clear, get to the point, easier, faster, better. And as I do that, I've had on my heart for a while now, I wouldn't say a long time, a while now, to make some changes in the formats of what I need to deliver for you guys. And I can see me basically, and I've had requests on this that I actually recently noticed, and I'll say something about in a minute, that potentially doing these videos more often than once a week. And in doing so, I would have these categories that I'm putting together that would be real talk, real twin talk Thursdays, like I still do with the twins, but bringing in more information about overcoming ascension burnout, how you can personally take physical action, and some of the things I've worked on and as a chiropractor have helped patients with for 20-something years to basically rebuild, rejuvenate, and restore your being and your body and reconnect and help you get into the glow, and doing some different things with meditations and exercise and supplementation. And I see all this coming. And I even have some other really cool stuff that's brewing too that, I will share when the timing's right. But anyway, I commit to you. I show up for you. So I need your feedback on that. And I'm going to link a poll up here. If you would please take the poll and let me know what such things as, do you want more than one video a week? Because sometimes when I do that, people miss it, or they're not watched as much, or it gets confusing. The different types, but they'll be branded in such a way that they will be in categories that will link up to the type of video it's going to be to support. At the end of this, the whole concept of the twin flame ascension, starseed, and light workers to help even twin flame purpose, bringing in some more purpose work into this of how you can step into purpose. And so I need to know if it's something you want. I need to know, would you like more videos in a week? It's time. And I don't know how this is going to unfold yet, but I'm not worried about that. It's the why. It's not how. I'll figure out the how as I move forward in the process. And I just need to know from you if you want more. And I've also had in the past, people have talked about wanting, videos are too long. Would you want shorter videos? And then maybe my weekly show as well. And then I would also love to hear from you topics. So could you please put some, feedback to me? And that is another thing. If I show up and commit more, I'd like to be asking you of more of a commitment for engagement. I've even thinking about doing some live Q&As and getting, coming on live and doing a Q&A based on getting some information. So I need your feedback. I need your assistance. I need to know that you want this. And if you do, what do you want? Okay? And that I will be implementing because I know that it's going to be, coming as we move forward in the new year, that somehow that's going to you're going to probably just notice it just take off and it's going to do its thing. And apparently it's hitting me in the throat chakra of full expression and clearing something by me coming out more ways, bigger, bolder, braver, brighter, right? And I'm having this throat thing as I say this, which is pretty bizarrely cool. So yes. Basically, check out all the links below, and I wish you an amazing time through this beautiful energy, and like, comment, share the shine, and may you always face your fears, find freedom, and glow forward on fire. Namaste.